It is Tuesday, which means it is time for more Let's Talk Tuesdays. I am BrendenPlayz. Of course, in Let's Talk Tuesdays, I answer the questions that you give me in the comments section down below or over at my new website, BrendenPlayz.com. Of course, the link to that is in the description down below. So let's get straight into this week's episode. Neil A. Joshy, he asks, Brendan, who do you think will win the Money in the Bank ladder match? Well, I think my first pick right now would have to be Cesaro. I think he's probably everybody's pick, to be honest, but I think he seems the most logical answer right now because I don't think he is ready for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship yet, but I think later on in the year, I think he will be ready for it, and I'm not a real big fan of giving him the Money in the Bank ladder match as he, and that consequently giving him his first ever championship reign. I don't know, I feel as though now that there is only one championship belt, giving a guy the Money in the Bank and then him cashing it in is a poor way of giving them their first World Heavyweight Championship reign or something like that. I feel as though it's not, it's not as good as it used to be anymore, especially, with the likes of Sandow. I mean, look at Sandow. He's, at the bottom of the bottom. Ziggler, he's at the bottom of the bottom. We had The Miz. We had a lot of guys who really aren't anything anymore who have won the Money in the Bank ladder match in the past. So I feel as though the Money in the Bank ladder match has really suffered in recent years, and I think, of course, Randy Orton won it last year, and that was involved in a big-time feud there, so that kind of resurrected that in some ways, but I feel as though the Money in the Bank is still very much so lacking, and I think it can be more of a detriment to somebody's career rather than a positive thing. Obviously, when Edge introduced it, and he was the first winner and whatnot, he really made it his own. But I really feel as though now, in recent years, the Money in the Bank ladder match is more of a curse than a positive thing. Because often WWE, when you win the Money in the Bank ladder match, you just lose and lose and lose and lose until you cash it in eventually. And for the likes of Dolph Ziggler, he waited, 8-9 months until he actually cashed in. So that was a solid, probably 6-7 months of him just constantly losing, which was frustrating to watch. I don't want to watch Cesaro go through that. But I do think Cesaro will be the front runner. Who else? Maybe Barrett could be the other one. I think those two guys are the current big up-and-coming stars for this year. I think they're the most likely options. I don't think we'll see someone like Sheamus or Del Rio, or someone who's already had a championship belt before, who hasn't really been doing much in recent times, win it. I think we'll see someone who hasn't won the world title yet go ahead and get the victory. The next question comes from 716 Remy. He asks, what do you think about the WWE bringing lots of NXT superstars to the main roster after WrestleMania 30? Do you think it is a bit too frequent? Well, I think the best possible time to debut somebody is after WrestleMania because we've just, have concluded most of the storylines. A lot of people are looking for something new and fresh, and obviously the part-time guys are no longer there. The likes of Lesnar, Undertaker, and, whoever else may have appeared. So these guys aren't there, so it's a good time for someone new to get pushed and perhaps rise to the top. I think, what have we got now? We have Rusev, Adam Rose, and Bo Dallas who have debuted, and Paige, sorry. So 4 new superstars and divas that have debuted. So I think any more now, if they debut someone else now, I think, it's not going to work. I think they've reached their quota for now. I think I wouldn't be debuting someone else until at least SummerSlam now. You've got these guys. Obviously, will they get lost in the shuffle? I think Adam Rose, he'll be gone in about 3 or 4 weeks. I think he'll be doing nothing. Bo Dallas, I see them doing something with him. They've put a lot of time and effort into him. Rusev, I see him doing his thing for a couple of months and then probably getting a bit of a push to a bigger storyline and then losing and then probably going back to doing, nothing. So I really don't see much out of these guys that they've obviously debuted. And of course, Paige, she's the Divas Champion. I think she'll be the spearhead of the Divas division for many years to come. But they are debuting quite a lot. They do this every year, really. But you think about it, last year we had Ryback, Sandow, Fandango, so probably some other people, I don't know. But I don't think they debut too much, but any more than what they've done now is a bit much. But certainly after WrestleMania is the peak time to do it, and I have no problems with them doing it after WrestleMania. But it's just really how they use them and long-term planning for somebody when they debut somebody. I really hate it when they just debut them, they do something, have one feud or something, and then they're gone. So they need to have, you know, a 3 to 6 month plan at least for when these guys debut. So I don't know, man. I think to answer your question, really, I'm okay with it, but any more than 4, what they've done now, if they do debut somebody next week, well then that's way too many. Ralphie Pascarella asks, who will come back first, JTG, Evan Bourne, or Yoshitatsu? Yoshitatsu is doing work in NXT, so I don't know if that counts. JTG's doing nothing. Evan Bourne's been injured for, what, 2-3 years, so I think we'll probably see Evan Bourne more likely. I think when he's ready to go, they'll actually use him. The other two, no chance. The other two are done. JTG's been done for years, but Evan Bourne's the most likely one to come into the WWE mix. The next one comes from Cobhead Jake. He asks, which superstar do you think needs to perform well at Payback in order to prove themselves? Well, I think the main person is actually Diva, Paige. I think she needs to perform the best at Payback because I have been really unimpressed thus far with her Divas Championship reign. I think she hasn't really impressed me at all. I think Alicia Fox is probably overshadowing her right now. So I think Paige, she's going to beat Alicia Fox at Payback, no doubt. But I think that Paige really needs to step up. She needs to have a good match and show everybody that she does deserve to be the Divas Champion. As for everybody else, I think everyone else is kind of in a stage where they have proven themselves. I think the other argument I could make would be Bray Wyatt, because his last match with Cena really sucked. So I think Last Man Standing will suit those guys way more. I want to see those two have a better match this time around. I think Wyatt is obviously a fantastic superstar. I really rate him very, very high, but I would like to see him and Cena have a bit more of a better match. Their one at WrestleMania was fantastic, but their last one was a bit of a bomb. So I think Paige definitely, and if I have to, I guess Wyatt, Bray Wyatt. Nibako7, he asks, what are your predictions for Payback, and who do you think will be the winners of your Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in Universe Mode? Well, that's a good question. For Payback, I think Bray Wyatt will beat Cena, Evolution will beat The Shield, Wade Barrett will beat Rob Van Dam, Cesaro will beat Sheamus. With the Evolution match, I feel as though someone will debut as a new member of Evolution. I have a bit of a gut feeling there. Paige will beat Alicia Fox. I think the Usos and the Wyatt family will have a tag team title match there, and I think the Usos will win by DQ or something. Maybe the Wyatts could actually win. I don't know, but the Hornswoggle El Torito match, I could not give a flying fuck. I think El Torito will win, so they don't have to unmask him. They'll just shave Hornswoggle's head. I think, am I missing anything? I don't know, probably, but I will have all my Payback prediction videos over on my Brendan Sims channel. You can find that at youtube.com/BrendanSims. As for my Universe Mode pay-per-view, I think Lesnar will retain. I think Batista will win the SmackDown Chamber. I think Randy Orton will beat The Rock. I think Wade Barrett will retain. I think Big E will retain. I think the Primetime Players will retain. I think AJ will retain. And that's about it. So, yeah, those are my predictions and thoughts on the upcoming pay-per-views. The next question, and the final two questions, actually both from the same guy, Roman Reigns, FTW. He wants to know what would be, let's say, your dream matches, something that never happened but you would like to see happen. For example, Bret Hart versus CM Punk. So what would be my dream matches between two superstars that has never happened? Straight off the bat, probably Sting versus Undertaker, Goldberg versus Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan, The Rock versus Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. I think that one actually will happen when Kurt Angle does return. Let's hope. That's probably about it, really. I mean, yeah, maybe Goldberg versus Ryback as well. I'm a big Ryback fan, so yeah. And I think maybe I don't think we've seen Ryback versus Batista yet. I wouldn't say that's a dream match, but I wouldn't mind seeing that one. But yeah, that's all the ones I can really think off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a lot more. Bret Hart versus CM Punk, that'd be a hell of a match too, by the way. That'd be pretty awesome. But I mean, you could obviously say a lot of the guys from the 80s and 90s, I mean, put them against the current guys, or whatever. So there's a hell of a lot of match types that you could muster up there. But probably realistically, the ones that I rattled off, a couple of them would be realistic, and the rest probably not. So there's not a real lot of dream matches that can happen realistically anymore. So obviously there'll be more dream matches as bigger stars emerge and whatever. But for now, there's not a lot of dream matches that can really occur. So there's not exactly like a rival company or anything like that. So matches that we would like to see happen realistically have already happened. So yeah. And his final question is, who do you think has the greatest spear in history? Goldberg, Edge, or Roman Reigns? Obviously, there's some more guys who have used the spear. I mean, Batista, Big Show, Bobby Lashley, probably some more as well. But the main guys that use the spear, Goldberg, Edge, or Roman Reigns. Obviously, I think Goldberg has the best spear. I think Edge's spear is probably the worst. I mean, he really gets a lot of flack for that spear, but I really believe that he deserves it. It was pretty poor. He just run at them and just pretty much hugged them to the ground. Roman Reigns is a pretty damn good spear, though. I'm pretty much loving his spear, but I think Goldberg is really unmatched, and he would just absolutely run at you and just drill you. And a lot of guys have said in shoot interviews saying that it really freaking hurt when he'd run at you. I mean, I listened to the one from Eric Bischoff the other day, and he said that Goldberg speared him once, and my God, he said he was, felt like got hit by a train or something like that. So I think Goldberg, probably for nostalgia reasons, I really like Goldberg's spear, but I also think Roman Reigns has a really good spear, and maybe one day we'll probably say Roman Reigns has the better one, but for now, Goldberg takes it out. That'll do it for this week's edition of Let's Talk Tuesdays. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave your questions in the comment section down below or over at my forum. The link to that is in the description down below. Probably going to give you a little bit of a precedent, and you're more likely to get your question answered in the next few weeks if you post them up on the forum. Just saying. But thank you very much for everyone that submits your questions to me. I'm sorry if I don't get them all. I just kind of pick out ones that I haven't answered, or ones that kind of interest me, and ones that I feel like talking about this week. So that'll do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next Tuesday for more Let's Talk Tuesdays.